Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be looking at this very innocent looking poll I found a few days ago. It simply asked what group would win in a 4-way fight. And among the options were Meruem and his royal guards. Okay, pretty strong. The 12 Kizuki, alright, taking a little bit of a step back there. Well, let's see who else is on this list. Let me take a look at this real quick. Oh, well, those are some slightly more powerful boys. You know, you got Kaido and his 3 calamities from One Piece, and the Akatsuki from Naruto. So now those first 2 options don't even matter. Sorry, Meruem, but you don't have the speed or the power to take on these 2 powerhouses. And every character from either of these 2 groups by themselves can take out the entirety of Demon Slayer. So we are left with only 2 options, and being realistic, we just got to leave it up to Kaido, because if Kaido goes down, so will King, Queen, and Jack. Now to any sane viewer, you would probably think, well, Kaido does have better strength and durability, so he should be able to take this. However, the Akatsuki have a plethora of attacks that bypass Kaido's insane durability. And this is basically the sum of the whole argument, which is really hard to work around to get Kaido to win. So in my eyes, and many others' eyes, the Akatsuki was a clear victor. I also left a comment talking about how Kaido is stronger and more durable than any member of the Akatsuki, by far, but the hacks would just be too much for him. Let's go ahead and look at that comment now, shall we? Now normally I would say Kaido due to his insanely high durability and strength, but the Akatsuki have so many hacks abilities that negate durability like Soul Steel, Kamui, Genjutsu, and the Gedomazo that once Kaido is gone, everyone else falls to the wayside without the Akatsuki really even trying. Even if all the other teams ganged up to take them out, they wouldn't have a chance once he is gone. I should mention that what I meant by Gedomazo is its Soul Steel ability specifically, where if its beam attack touches you, you're dead. I do believe Kaido can dodge this and many other attacks, but he most definitely doesn't speed blitz them. Kaido scales above lightning timer attacks in speed and can react to, but not move out of the way of light speed attacks. All of the Akatsuki members scale above lightning timers as well with ease and also have reaction times well above lightning. Kaido's Hanki with verse equalization should get rid of Itachi's Genjutsu since it acts in a very similar manner, but it doesn't get rid of Amaterasu or Kisame's chakra eating shark attack, which should eat Kaido's Hanki and kill him. And if we also take the in-character argument, the Akatsuki members don't play around like One Piece characters, so they might catch Kaido off guard. Future Sight also means nothing because Itachi, Obito, and Nagato all have precog due to the Sharingan and Rinnegan. All things considered, that was a pretty normal take, or so I thought. I try to be respectful by saying that Kaido is without a shadow of a doubt stronger and more durable than anyone else, but Naruto hacks are not something to be played around with. Now many people agree with me on this, but there was also an abnormal number of people making completely unhinged takes, and this whole video is to look at some of these comments and dismantle their arguments and poke a little bit of fun here and there. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at this first comment. Maybe Soul Steel, but the rest you've mentioned isn't a Duraneg. Kaido's attack potency tops all of the Akatsuki and has Future Sight.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I already regret doing this. So top tier Akatsuki members also have precog, which grants a similar buff but not the same buff as Future Sight. And saying Genjutsu isn't a durability neg is absolutely crazy. Let's use Madara versus the 5 Kage as an example to explain why Genjutsu isn't a durability neg is completely outrageous. Now if we disregard any god characters like KCM Naruto, Hashirama, Jubito, Jubidara, and characters of that caliber, then it's safe to say that the 4th Raikage has one of, if not the highest durabilities in the whole series up to that point. This guy just doesn't go down. He can take hits from Madara Susanoo and block it like it's absolutely nothing. And keep in mind, the only reason he is missing an arm is because it got caught on fire by Amaterasu, which is a flame that never extinguishes and burns at the same temperature as the surface of the sun. But Madara using Genjutsu takes him out immediately. Just one glance at a character with the Sharingan and that character is out of the fight, unless someone is there to wake them up. On top of Genjutsu, Itachi also has the Totsuka blade, which if you are stabbed by it, it immediately seals you away. Itachi was able to use the Totsuka blade to seal away an Edo Nagato who is far stronger than him. I don't think Nichiren exists in any other universe, so what are they going to do to the demons? Now this commenter forgot that the sun could kill demons, and, well, we have people who can do this. Yeah, enough said. Mate, people have calced the Bajring gun to be multi-continent on the low end and planetary on the high end. What the fuck did I just even read? Let's say that Wano as a whole is multiple continents and Onigashima is a continent in size. Now the attack itself may be just as big as Onigashima, but it is nowhere near the same size as Wano as a whole. So how the hell are you getting multi-continental to planetary? Dude, I don't think there is enough Advil in the world to help me make it through this video. But let's keep on trucking. To keep things balanced, let's take a look at someone who is defending me so I can show you that there are ridiculous takes on both sides of this playing field. I'd say Kisame solos Kaido with little to no difficulty if he uses his water style. Let me make this very clear. Kisame's Super Shark Bomb should be able to eat Haki, but even at that point, it doesn't no-diff Kaido, and it especially does little to probably no damage to him. Kaido has several options, like just turning off his Haki so the Super Shark Bomb can't eat it no more, and at that point, he can tank the attack almost like it's just giving him a kiss. Kisame also couldn't drown Kaido because 1, that's boring, and 2, Kaido's entire body would have to be submerged underwater to completely restrict his movements. And in case you didn't know, Kaido is really tall, and he gets even taller in his dragon form, as well as gaining the ability of flight. So I find it hard to believe that Kisame could produce enough water to accomplish this feat. Soul Steel has been shown to be stopped by physical force like in Naruto vs Sasuke. You were so close to being right on this one. Sasuke never used this move on Naruto, he only absorbed chakra from him. The fight you're thinking of is KCM1 Naruto versus Edo Nagato. On top of listing the wrong fight, this point is mute as well because Nagato had Naruto dead to rights in this moment. And the only reason he didn't die is because A, Kabuto wanted to extract information from him using the paths, and B, Itachi saved him. You could make the argument that this attack doesn't work on people stronger than you, which is still wrong, but let's roll with it still. Nagato would still have the Geto Mazo, which has the same attack with much better range and much bigger radius. So I find it hard to believe that this would also have zero effect. And now we are getting to the part of the video that is going to get me thousands of hate comments, and that is One Piece light speed scaling. Kaido is also at least 100 times faster than all of them. Most significant One Piece characters post time skip can be scaled to light speed post time skip pretty easily. Naruto wasn't even light speed until he fought Six Paths Madara. Don't matter, Kaido is way faster than light, like 100 times due to Gear Second, and fourth scaling, he would simply blitz. I am about to lose my mind going over this, because this is what you all sound like. In writing this video, I have come across so many people that are either misinformed, taking things out of context to boost a character's power, or just straight up lying about feats and destructive scaling. I have been struggling to write this part of the script because whenever I get halfway through writing it, I get filled with so much hate and vitriol that I just walk outside and literally touch grass to calm down. So I'm actually going to leave most of what I have to say about how people scale the series to a different video because that in itself would be an hour-long video. So instead, what I'm going to focus mostly on in this video is how if we apply the same logic that One Piece scalers apply to One Piece, but instead of Naruto, that these characters are also much faster than light. It is stated in the data books that Haku moves at the literal speed of light, so we already have one character that moves at light speed, and from here we can scale the other characters to Haku. It is also shown, not just stated, that Sasuke intercepts Haku's attack and blocks it with his body by jumping in the way. From this one panel, we can determine that Sasuke is faster than the speed of light by a substantial margin. So from here we can scale other characters compared to first arc Kid Sasuke, who is now shown to be way faster than light. Much later into the series, after the tuning exams, Kid Sasuke and Naruto encounter Itachi and he blitzes both of them before they even have a chance of reacting. This combined with the earlier scaling of Kid Sasuke being faster than light would make Itachi substantially more faster than even that. Although not the same speed as Itachi, the other Akatsuki members should also be of similar speeds to him. Now with this scaling in mind, this would make every Akatsuki member significantly faster than light to an unreal degree, making the difference between Kaido being supposedly 100 times faster than light completely void. There are other instances of possible light speed attacks as well, like Onoki's Jinton Kekkei Genkai grazing Madara only because he let it hit him. And keep in mind that Onoki's Jinton Kekkei Genkai is quite literally a beam of light that completely vaporizes your cells. Generally, there are two ways to go about scaling both of these verses. You can either accept that both verses are lightning timers and above, or you can go literally on every statement and say that both verses are many times faster than light. Either way you take it, both of those two groups should be roughly the same speed. And now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the most unhinged string of comments I got on this post. Now this comment has multiple levels of stupidity, so let's break each comment down separately. Starting with the first one. Yet none of those would work on him. Bro fought a literal god. Sir, you failed to explain what doesn't work and why, but I will go ahead and go over a few attacks that would work against Kaido. Kamui can send Kaido into a pocket dimension. Kaido also doesn't have any astral protection that we know of. Genjutsu absolutely works on people that don't have chakra because it works on sage creatures and they are pure nature energy, so no chakra is involved. And that should cover everything that my first comment mentioned. Next up is something that doesn't even make sense at any point in his statement, because Kaido never overthrew a country when he was 13. He might have been strong enough to battle entire countries of people, but he never actually did it. And also the Whitebeard statement should not be taken literally and should only be used to show that he is a top tier in the verse. Because there are many statements like that in Naruto, such as the Nine Tails has the power to burn the whole world to ash, which is hyperbole and should not be taken at face value. And absolutely not. Kaido ate a devil fruit. He cannot breathe while underwater. I'm starting to think that you never even watched the series and only pair it with the small minority of people say/mention. And Kaido is most definitely not putting any Akatsuki members to sleep using Conqueror's Haki, because every member of the Akatsuki has an incredibly strong willpower and they will not bend so easily to others' influence, which, in case you didn't know, is how Conqueror's Haki works. I already mentioned the whole future sight Sharingan precog thing, so I'm not going to retread over that and just continue on to the last comment. So for this last comment, I actually want to do something a little fun. I want to go through how every single member of the Akatsuki could feasibly survive this attack. Starting with, by far the weakest member, Hidan. No one really likes to talk about Hidan because he isn't that strong. However, he is literally immortal and would survive the attack even if he would be in pieces afterwards. Sasori is also pseudo-immortal and is only able to die if his heart takes damage, so he should be able to survive the attack. However, his doll body will definitely be mangled afterwards. Now, Kisame is pretty interesting because it all depends on how much chakra he's able to steal from Kaido. Now, keep in mind, Kisame had his whole chest ripped open but was able to heal from it completely. This was fatal damage and he was able to heal from it because he stole some chakra from Killer Bee. Obito has Kamui, so he'll be able to just phase through it, no issues. Itachi is another pretty interesting case because he has the Susanoo, which has an incredibly high durability, the Yama Mirror, which can negate all attacks that it can intercept, and if need be, he also has Izanagi, which for those who don't know can rewrite reality to whatever you want it to be at the cost of the eyesight of one of your eyes. Nagato also has a plethora of abilities he can use, like the King of Hell to resurrect all the members of the Akatsuki after they die from the attack. He can use Shinra Tensei to repel the attack. He can use Chibaku Tensei to try and seal Kaido as he is attacking. He also has all the summons that the pads offer, like the Hydra Hound, which splits whenever it receives damage, the Panda Bear, which its main goal is to absorb as much damage as possible, and a few other summons as well. By the way, Nagato also may have the ability to use Izanagi, but that's not confirmed, it's just a theory. What is pretty funny is that Kakuzu and Orochimaru probably die, and the reason it's funny is because their whole thing is just not dying. Deidara should also be able to fly out of the way of the attack, but if he can't fly out of the way of the attack, he will also die. And that should cover every member of the Akatsuki that should be able to survive the attack. And even if the ones who I said might die and most likely would die, they can be resurrected anyways by Nagato. There are a few things that I never brought up in the video, but mostly because I didn't feel like it was necessary or it was way off topic and couldn't be brought up naturally, because believe it or not, there are still more hacks that the Akatsuki have that I never mentioned. Like if Kaido drops even a single droplet of blood, Hidan can just kill him immediately, and there are some other crazy win conditions as well. But I do hope that this video stops the Kaido and One Piece meat writing, just even a little bit, and if it didn't, I might make a more in-depth video on One Piece Lightspeed later on. I do hope I informed you a bit on some proper Naruto and One Piece scaling. I by no means am an expert on this stuff, but I love both series tremendously, and I know just about all of Naruto inside and out, as well as some others like series and stories. I know this is way different from what I normally do, but if this video pops off and you guys want more, I will gladly deliver, because this was a lot of fun to research and create everything you have seen, and as always, I will see you in the next video.